Okay, you get your decoy in, comes in a bag like this, and a plastic bag with all these accessories that come with it. You get a hen head, gobbler head, leg stake with tightening bolt, and there's where your body shaft goes into. You get a jake beard which velcros to the front of the decoy if you want to use it as a gobbler, your battery charger, and your battery. First thing you do when you get it, take your battery, plug the charger into your battery, plug it into the wall, let it charge for 5 or 6 hours, and it doesn't have an automatic cutoff, so after 5 or 6 hours you take it off and it'll run like for 15, 20, 30 hours or more. Okay, and here's your side panel for your battery. It's got 2 little clips. I use keys. You lay it on its side with this side up, pop this, open this up, take the battery, put it in there, connect it, and the wire end of your battery goes to the wire end that comes in the box. Put it back in there, snap this back in there, and always make sure the switch that cuts it on is right here under the tail. It's a slide switch. Slide it forward toward the head, cuts it on, slide it toward the back, toward the tail, cuts it off. And you see the position of the neck. That's the way you want the decoy to be when you put it back in the bag. And this is the head right here. Now when you put the head on, first thing you do when you're hunting is take this leg stake, stick it as straight up as you can. It don't have to be perfect, but straight up you can, all the way down to where it's firm. Take your decoy out of your bag, because you already got your battery charged and all, and you slide it down in your leg stake. I'm using this platform as my leg stake. Then after you do that, if you're going to use it as a hen, you get the hen head and you slide it on straight. Now if you get it on there crooked like that, don't try to turn it, because you'll bust that drive shaft. Pull it off, straighten it up, and push it on, and you'll have about an 1/8 inch gap between the head and the head platform on the neck. Alright, and that's about it. You're ready to hunt. Then you just reach under here, the back of it, and switch like I told you. Push it toward the front. Alright, and it'll start running and go through its normal routine. Alright, now I don't have a tightening thing here to keep it from moving around. But that's all it is, just let it run the whole time you hunt. When you get through hunting and you're ready to put the decoy up, always straddle the back and grab the switch right here so I can hold the tail, because you want to pull the switch back to cut it off. But you want to cut it off when it's down the peck. When it goes down the peck, you'll see, watch it. Now, right when it's almost at the bottom, you just cut it off. You take the head off, open up your bag, put the tail in first, slide it in, then push the front of the bag down and pull the neck back and put it down in the bag, zip it up, put your stuff in the bag, and you're ready to go. And that's all there is to it. There's not a whole lot to it. But never turn the drive shaft with your hand or with your head on it, or carry it in the bag with the head on. And that's all there is to it. And you just take the battery out, recharge it 5 or 6 hours after a couple day hunting, and you should be able to hunt 1, 2, maybe 3 days, depending on how long you hunt. I hunted for like 5 or 6 hours at a time. I only took like an hour for lunch, and then I was back out there, because you'd be surprised how many gobblers come in late in the day or in the middle of the day. They are real active. Okay, that concludes it there, and I had more videos I put on YouTube this weekend, which took me about 8 hours, and YouTube wouldn't let me put it on my website, so I hope I can get this one on here. But that's all there is to it. Just remember, make sure the switch is all the way back toward the tail in the off position before you put the battery in it. And this is the position you want it when you put it back in the bag. So that way, when it goes down the pick, you cut it off. Then, when you go hunting again, you just pull it out of the bag, you put the stake up, pull the decoy out of the bag, stick it in the stake, snug the leg stake bolt down tight to keep the wind from blowing it around. Put the head on it, turn it on, go hunting. And that should do it, and I appreciate it.